Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Megan. Thanks so much for watching. I recently had a laparoscopy for the excision or removal of endometriosis, however you want to put it. And so I wanted to share with you guys the things that I thought were really important to my recovery, and also one mistake that I made that I don't want you guys to make because it's a really bizarre mistake with how it happened. And like I said, I don't want you guys to make it because it's a weird mistake, and I wasn't warned about it. So I'm gonna warn you. So let's go ahead and just dive right into all the things, because the mistake kind of goes along with some vital things to my recovery as well. So let's just dive right in. So the first thing that you need to have on hand is some sort of stool softener. My surgeon was really thorough and told me this in advance, but not every surgeon does, because my first surgeon did not tell me anything about that. I already keep it on hand because I have a long-standing prescription for Zofran, which sometimes jacks up my digestive system. So I just keep it on hand, and whenever you have a surgery, they kind of pump you full of pain meds, and that can slow down your digestive tract. And then on top of that, depending on what your pain management plan is, if you come home on narcotic pain meds and that is your pain management plan, that will also mess up your digestive tract and kind of like slow things down, and you could end up in a very uncomfortable situation. So you don't necessarily have to take the stool softener, but it can be helpful to make things more comfortable, because it is not super fun to be backed up after an abdominal surgery. So that is the first thing. Another thing that you need to have on hand is Gas X or activated charcoal, or both. I had both on hand. I took both. This time around I needed both. Well, I take that back. I tried to just take the activated charcoal, and it was not good enough this time around, whereas my first surgery, because I didn't have a ton of gas, it worked just fine for the gas. This time I had so much gas that I needed both the activated charcoal and the Gas X, and I still had gas pains just because of how the surgery played out. And this time she looked all the way up at my diaphragm. There's more information about that on a previous video that I will link down in the description box. But Gas X is an absolute must if you are going to have a laparoscopy, because they fill your abdominal cavity with gas, and it gets trapped in there, and it's really, really uncomfortable. And the Gas X or the activated charcoal, it just helps soak up the gas and get it out of there for you. Another thing that you're going to want to stock up on is like easy to eat foods for after you come home, and something that you can easily like digest. I stuck to more like bland foods like soup, applesauce, pretzels, oatmeal, the like vegan oatmeal bites that I know are things that are safe, quote unquote, foods that I knew like wouldn't upset my stomach, or if I was feeling like a little nauseous, like I could still kind of munch on here and there, at least to start out with, and then gradually like build up. And also sparkling lemon water was also key for me, because sparkling lemon water just kind of soothes my stomach, and also mint gum also soothes my stomach. So those two things, along with just some like bland food, just really helps me out as far as like feeling like I can get some food in me after feeling kind of nauseous. So you also should have some sort of plan for nausea, and you should definitely talk to your doctor about that. I have a long-standing prescription for Zofran because of my vestibular migraines, so I just use that as needed. But my doctor, well, not my doctor, but my anesthesiologist prescribed a scopolamine patch for me, which is not something that I've had in the past ever. I didn't have that with my first surgery, didn't have that with my C-section, and it worked pretty well. Like, I didn't have much nausea, and I was told that it would only last for 3 days and that I had to make sure to throw it away in a trash can that was like secured away from pets and from toddlers. And I was pretty much like locked up in my bedroom during the day, and I didn't want to throw away the patch in my bathroom trash can because my dog sometimes likes to get in that trash can. She's been known to eat things out of there. And so because I was locked in my bedroom and didn't go out to the kitchen very often to throw it into that trash can that has a lid that the dog can't get into, I just left it on for a few extra days, like not even thinking about it, because it was also behind my ear. So unless I touched back here, I didn't even like remember I had it on until my vision was weird. And I could see with my glasses off up close, but as soon as I put my glasses on, I could only see far away, but I couldn't see up close. It was very bizarre. And so I did a little research, and it turns out that the scopolamine patch, if you leave it on for too long, it can mess with your vision. So when they say it doesn't work more than 3 days, they are kind of lying, sort of, because it will still give you side effects after that if you leave it on for too long. So once I finally took that off, my vision like went back to normal. But just don't make the same mistake I did and leave it on more than 3 days. Take it off, okay? Have someone else take it off of you and discard it, because you don't want your vision being weird, because it was very trippy and not in a good way. So my next point is that you also need to have some sort of pain management plan in place, and you need to discuss that with your doctor like beforehand and get it laid out and know exactly what you're gonna do. In my situation, I cannot do narcotic pain meds. I am allergic to codeine, and a lot of times what they want to prescribe to you after surgery is Tylenol 3, which is Tylenol and hydrocodone or codeine, one of the two. I'm allergic to that. I either have hives or I puke it up. The last time I had it, I puked it up, and that was after my first surgery. And I 10 out of 10 do not recommend throwing up after having an abdominal surgery. It is not pleasant on multiple levels. So this time, and after my C-section as well, I opted to do Tylenol and ibuprofen only, and that worked out really well for me. My surgeon did a long-acting like anesthetic injection, kind of like a lidocaine shot sort of thing, into my incision sites. So I virtually had no incision pain, so that was nice. And so really the Tylenol and ibuprofen was good enough for me, but everybody's a little bit different, so definitely make sure you talk that through with your doctor beforehand, and make sure that you know exactly what you're going to be doing with that. So those are my tips and my must-have things that you definitely need to have for surgery if you're gonna be having surgery for endometriosis. I'm sure those things can apply for like any surgery, but definitely if you're gonna have a laparoscopy, those things are key. At least for me, that's what I found really worked well. So if you have any suggestions or different things that I didn't include, leave them down in the comments below. I would love to hear them. And make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!